mi gente, Marcucci here in another video, and today we're going to be mastering prompts. So the key to getting what you need from ChatGPT, and this can be used for ChatGPT, Grok, Perplexity, really anything you want. This is the first class of the OpenAI Academy, so I really recommend opening an account. And if you're interested in AI, or not even interested in AI, you want to learn how to, use this technology. All these courses are really useful and resourceful. Obviously, this is a crypto channel, so we're gonna be putting our own little mix. We're gonna be switching the prompts to crypto related instead of like the kind of like prompts that the teacher kind of has. So we're gonna be doing it ourselves too, as well as we're doing it with her. I already have kind of like the prompts set up, so yeah. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy it and you learn as well as I do. I'm going to be obviously like taking all these classes. I believe AI is really useful and necessary. So hopefully you guys join the journey with me and we all master prompts, ChatGPT, any, large language model or chatbot that you want to use. Anyways, let's get right into it. So
in this video, we're focusing on a key skill, mastering prompts. Prompting or prompt engineering is about refining how you communicate with AI to get the best responses. Just like with people, the more context, clarity, and direction you provide, the better the response. It's the same for ChatGPT. The way you frame a question or give instructions makes a big difference in the quality of ChatGPT's responses. So let's explore how to ask better questions, refine prompts step by step, and how to turn vague requests into precise outputs. Before we dive into the demo, here's a simple prompting framework. All you need is two things: context and expectation. The key to better responses is giving ChatGPT background on the task you are working on. This is the context. Then, when you specify the type of response or the output that you are looking for, that's when you add in the expectation. This simple two-step approach makes a huge difference to ensure that you get clear, useful results. Let's imagine I am studying for an exam and I'm looking to ChatGPT to help me prepare. An example of a really vague prompt would be something like, "Help me study for my biology test."
So that's the first prompt, obviously. So let's just us do it and see what it has or what it has to offer. Obviously, this is also, so you guys know, is a ChatGPT 4.0. So obviously ChatGPT has different models. I'm using the ChatGPT 4.0. I'm also using my brother's account. So if you can't pay for it, all these prompts really help out. So it doesn't really matter. And, we can see here, it asks us this, but I already have the other prompt. So obviously it's really vague. So it kind of like wants to see like, oh, is it Bitcoin, Ethereum, like a multiple choice, short answer, essay, and calculation. So this is what the correct prompt should be. I have a cryptocurrency test in 2 days. Can you quiz me with 10 multiple choice questions on the economic structure of Bitcoin and the technology behind Bitcoin? So something like that, really simple. Like it's a little bit, 2 more sentences is everything that you need and be more concise. So it tells us here, so yeah, you see, it gives us all the multiple choice questions that we kind of need. So let's see what she says.
In 2 days. Can you quiz me with 10 multiple choice questions on the circulatory?
So it gives her that too, and then we go on here. And let's see, in the comment section, if you guys want to do this, what is a maximum supply of Bitcoin that can ever exist? So I'll give you a few seconds. Put in the description down below in the comment section down below if you know. And the answer is 21 million. So only 21 million will ever be created or in circulation. A lot of people say it's unlimited, right? There's a kind of a debate between a soft and hard supply. I do believe it is 21 million, but let me know if I'm right or wrong. Anyways, let's move on to kind of the next one. So the next prompt that she gives is help me with the history research on the gold rush. We're gonna be doing it a little bit different, obviously staying with the Bitcoin kind of like theme. So we're just gonna do help me with my history research about Bitcoin. It kind of gives us like a brief history of the money and the monetary system and then the birth of Bitcoin, etc., etc. But we want it to be a little bit more concise, right? So we are going to do this. And then obviously like mainstream and institutional era, I'll say the institutional era is right about now, right? When we're seeing it. But we want it to be a little bit more specific, right? So I'm writing a research paper on the impact of Bitcoin on El Salvador's economy. Can you help me find 3 historical events? Let's see what they say. So obviously it talks about Bitcoin's legal tender laws. It was on September 7th, 2021. Nayib Bukele became the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender alongside the US dollar. So the volcano bond, or the Bit bond proposal in 2021, and the price crash and profit losses. So I'm surprised those are the 3 historic events, but here we are. So the next one is about voice prompting, and honestly, I don't really use voice. If you want to obviously see it, I'll leave it down in the description down below. But we're just gonna keep it, just right in the prompts.
Just
really
quickly
simple.
before we wrap, here are some additional hacks to help you improve any prompt instantly. First is to ensure that you ask for examples to help you learn. Instead of something like explain photosynthesis, let's try a slightly different approach.
So let's try it out. Instead of asking what photosynthesis is, we say explain blockchain technology in 3 simple steps using an easy to understand analogy. I always love analogies. Growing up, my grandpa always told me an analogy. But anyways, make the analogy relatable to everyday life, then provide 3 real world examples of how blockchain technology impacts us, such as finance, healthcare, and artificial intelligence. Keep the explanation clear and engaging for general audience. I use healthcare and artificial intelligence obviously because we're doing AI now. Healthcare because my dad is a vet and I really want to help out the health industry sector. Hopefully he starts using AI. I'm telling him to do it. And obviously finance because most of everyone is in crypto because of finance and blockchain technology. So yeah. And then we can see here it gives us the analogy. Step 1 and step 2, step 3, and then it gives us real world examples. And this is so much easier than, just saying, hey, what is blockchain, right? What is Bitcoin? What is crypto? It's giving you easy ways to learn. And I think that's what's most important of everything. If you take anything from the video is how easy it is. And people are like, oh, don't use AI, just read a book, blah blah, and I'm all for it. Like obviously read a book, but obviously AI is here to give you more concise and specific data. So yeah, I just think it's really useful. And then this is the last tip of the video, so hopefully you guys enjoy.
Increase the amount of context you provide ChatGPT. You can assign it a role. Instead of saying something like explain compound interest, you could actually use a prompt that says something like this. Act as a finance professor and teach me about compound interest using a step-by-step example. Then give me a practice problem to solve and explain the correct answer. So to wrap, the more context you provide, the better the response.
So let's do that ourselves. Obviously, with crypto, compounded interest, some people are worried. We obviously saw like BlockFi, Celsius, and all that kind of those platforms that were giving compound interest, kind of like raw. But I do still think there is a space for compounding interest, especially in Bitcoin and other types of cryptocurrency. So let's see what ChatGPT has for us. So obviously it tells us first what is compounded interest and then some examples, how the formula works out. So really, really useful, right? Like this is stuff that you see in college that our kids, obviously I'm not that old, but kids can learn so much faster and easier with all these stuff. And then we have the practice problem here. You deposit 0.25 of BTC into a DeFi protocol, earning 10% annual interest compounded quarterly. How much Bitcoin will you have after 4 years? And it gives you a solution. So yeah, pretty amazing. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and girls too, if you're watching. I'm gonna be doing all these, the most popular ones. If you want me to do a specific one, or if you guys want to learn something specifically, please let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.